Hey guys, how's it going today? Welcome to a brand new series for the weekend, that is. I know maybe you guys are a little disappointed that we are not doing Game Dev Tycoon anymore, but to me it felt like it was getting very repetitive in the end. It was kind of to a point where we were kind of doing the same thing over and over again in each episode, and to me, for one, that's not very fun to play. And for two, I don't think it's very fun content to watch. So we're changing it up. I kind of did a poll type thing on my Discord channel, and you guys can actually join that down in the description down below. But I basically did a poll in my Discord about what game I should play next. I gave people a few options, and also I asked for people's opinions on their options as well. And it seems like Frostpunk really took the strong lead with what game we should do next. So that is where I'm at. We're going to be doing Frostpunk. Now, Frostpunk has a ton of content to it, and for that reason, I'm not sure how long this series is going to last. I'm not sure if we're going to play all of the content. I'm not sure if we're going to just do one scenario and then maybe do endless mode to see how far we can make it. Honestly, I really don't know. But I guess it matters entirely on what you guys feel and how good the videos are doing as well. So thank you for those of you that are just tuning into the channel. And if this is your first video that you've watched of me, then go ahead and check out my other videos and series. I have quite a few series, and I have a lot of the Universim. But let's go ahead and select scenario. We're going to go ahead and start a new home, which is just basically in the main story, because I have not played this in a very, very long time. So, survivor mode. Survive against all odds. There's no active pause. The game will be very difficult, and your progress will be saved on exit only. Yeah, I cannot do that. I have not played this in a very long time, so it's gonna probably be me learning the game again in front of your eyes.
We roam the still, cold world, no horizon in sight. The rulers of old, stripped of pride and glory. It feels as yesterday we were turning the wheels of progress. Until the frost stopped it all. Suddenly, without a warning. When tides had changed, they changed for all of us, no matter wealth or class. We've lost our world to snow. And with it, our last traces of humanity. We bid farewell to plenty, and for those who remained, came the time to adapt. We decided to leave our homes and head north. We roamed for weeks, maybe months, leaving behind all the things we once believed had made us. It was hope that pushed us forward. Slowly, step by step. We knew the cost of our journey, and we paid the price 100 times. Finally, the time has come to build the last city on Earth.
Man, I forgot how good the introduction was to this game. Holy crap, the music, the voice actor for the narration is all fantastic. Holy crap. So a new home. We have fled from London and crossed the sea to reach the frozen north. On the way, our convoy was hit by a blizzard and scattered. A handful of us managed to reach the site of this generator, only to find it frozen solid and abandoned. Why is no one here? Did any of our people survive the blizzard? Are there any others out there? Whatever we do, we should expect the worst now that the world as we know it has crumbled. We have to survive. So yeah, if a lot of you guys don't know what this game is about, that's not really understandable, considering this game is actually like pretty well known within the city building community. This game is basically all about, well, it's city building, but it's basically, you know, a city builder that really is really good about simulating a lot of cool stuff that a lot of city builders don't really simulate. For instance, heat is the most important thing in this game. And so obviously we have to fight the cold here. So we need to get the generator working. It provides heat and power to other buildings. Without it, we'll freeze to death. Stockpile some coal and start the generator. All right. So right away, I'm gonna pause the game because I need to relearn the controls and a few other things. So we've got turning, good. Okay, WASD and okay, and we can click and drag. Good, cool. Okay. So pretty regular stuff. Okay, so we got some wood crates, we got some steel wreckage, some coal. So yeah, that's one thing as well that I think is kind of interesting in this game. A lot of the stuff that we harvest is basically through wreckage. So you know, wood crates, you know, just kind of left there. And let's see here, where is the coal? That's gonna be the question. Okay, here's some coal. And right here, so we have the basically employed and unemployed. So, and prohibited is children. I think we can change that through the laws, but you know, we don't really have many laws to go with right now. But yeah, child labor, safe jobs, or child shelters. That's kind of one of the things. So I'm actually kind of remembering a lot of stuff that I was expecting not to remember. So yeah, it kind of works the same way as Universim does. So, you know, we have raw food and then we have food rations. Food rations is basically just saying prepared food. So we have to get things to prepare that food. So yeah. All right, let's look at this build menu as well. So we've got the tent, which is cost 10 wood, base heating level 1, a thinly insulated shelter for 10 people to sleep in. Okay, health, medical post, food, cookhouse, and hunter's hut. So they provide up to 15 raw food per day. Okay, resources, gathering post. People working here gather resources from nearby coal piles, wood crates, and steel wreckage. Okay. Extends our storage capacity for chosen resource: coal, wood, steel. Okay, that's basically just a, you know, a warehouse type thing. And tech workshop. So this basically allows us to get new technologies and improvements. Okay, very cool. Now, what do we already have? We have stockpiles. That's all we have, it seems. As you can see, we have 80 homeless, and that is our whole population. So we're going to need some tents. We're going to need quite a few things. So fight the cold is our main priority right now, it looks like, which is stockpile some coal, 0 of 200. So if we go ahead and see here, where is the coal? Right here. So build a coal mine here to start extraction. Okay, so that's interesting because we do not have okay, there's a coal pile though. Boom. That's what we need. Okay. So I guess that's another thing is we have 15 engineers. and 15 workers. So we're going to want to prioritize workers, I think, over engineers right now. But let's also make sure that we're building some tents. And something that I really enjoy about this game is that it is a city builder, but it is a very like simplistic city builder in the sense that the way that you construct things work out really well. So unlike City Skylines or the Universim, you know, you can have a lot of land that is kind of laid out in a way that doesn't work very well. So it's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle that just doesn't fit well. Well, this game, you know, a lot of the buildings fit really well around it. There are a few buildings. In fact, I wonder if we have any that are no, it doesn't look like we do have any. Probably. That would be weird to fit. Oh yeah, actually cookhouse. So you can see, you know, it has a little bit of extra space to fit around. So it's a little awkward in the sense of that, but everything else is really good. And that's something that I really enjoy because this game doesn't take too much thought. It kind of is just kind of like you're playing it and you have to worry more about the resources than the way that you're building the city, which I thoroughly enjoy. And I think it's one reason why I think that this game is just super good. But okay, so let's check. So this coal pile, we've got 15 workers going to. Now, one thing that we kind of should think about is the temperature. We're probably going to possibly lose some workers to these. So I think it might be important for us to think about building a what's it called in this game? Medical post. So, but we'll see about that. We'll also want some wood crates, so I think let's go for those too. Now, also, something that I think is absolutely beautiful with this game is that the snow is actually simulated. So as you can see, as people move through the snow, they're going to create these trails. And I believe it works in a way where if a trail's already created, they're going to be able to move faster. But if a trail is not created, then they're going to move really slowly, just like this. And I think that's really wonderful. So, yeah, as we can see, we also have some people going out to here. So that's good. Alright, so these guys should start working over here. Now, this is limited resources, so we can't just continue mining there forever. But I believe these ones out here, you know, this coal deposit will be able to be mined forever. I think. I could be entirely wrong, but that's what I believe. Now, let's see here. Economy. So, daily gain. So, this is basically just the resources that we have going. Yeah, that's basically all this is. Alright, well, that's nice. It seems like we're living in a socialist environment where people can just kind of do as they please and not really worry too much about funds. But I feel like that makes sense with a colony that is just starting back up. So we can build some tents. We do still have quite a few homeless. As you can see, we have 50 homeless. So we might want to think about making some more. Yeah. We also have quite a few idle engineers, so not so much anymore. Well, actually, it says 15 idle engineers. So I don't know why that is the case. But maybe we should start collecting some steel. Well, maybe not. Steel seems to be a little far away. We want to try to keep people close right now. Oh, there's actually some steel pretty close by. Okay. We want to try to keep people close by so that way their chances of getting hypothermia and other things like that are fairly low. But we also don't even have this started anyway, so it's honestly not too bad. We do have quite a bit of coal now, so we can turn on the generator. And I kind of forget, okay, right here. So right here you can actually see the heat that's distributed. So that is essentially how it's kind of simulated. So the generator is essentially, you can basically activate different heat levels. But we have to research higher heat levels. And so you can see now that this is basically providing one level of heat. So now all of these are comfortable. So that's going to prevent falling ill. And, you know, basically livable is very low risk of falling ill. So just meaning that they can fall ill, but it's really unlikely. Now out here, on the other hand, they have a higher chance. Not necessarily the highest, because we're not in cold or very cold or freezing. But you know, we got to think about those things when those types of things come around. But luckily, we are not at that point yet. So, no roof over our heads. Captain, people are understandably concerned about the lack of shelter. They're falling ill from sleeping outside in this terrible cold. We'd better do something about it. I'll provide some shelter. I'll provide shelter for everyone. I won't address this right now. I think you'll have 2 days to provide shelter for 40 people. I want to know how much wood we have, but I think this is probably doable. So let's do that. Yeah, we have 36 wood right now. So let's go ahead and pause the game and then just go ahead and provide as much possible shelter we can right now. So each one of these provides shelter for 10 people. So we basically just need one more. And where is our time and date? That is important to know. Okay, it's kind of like on this line here. So currently it's free time. People on normal work shifts are free to see to their needs. Okay, well that's good. Now also, something else that I think is really interesting with this game is that they do kind of create like a road network type thing. So as you can see right here, instead of going straight from the generator and going all the way, they realized that there was a road already kind of created through the snow, and so they used this and then they went to the left. Alright, let's see what this is about. The wisdom of the crowd. Captain, when facing demands, remember this. People usually look for the quickest solution, not the best one. You don't have to agree to everything they ask for. If you fix the problem your way, it's fine. Well, thank you. I'll bear that in mind. Alright. Well, obviously he's kind of giving us some advice with our choice of building all of the tents, but I honestly think that that's probably the best thing that we can do right now. The other thing that we should think about doing is getting a cookhouse. We have a lot of rations that are, raw food that isn't being turned to rations. And as you can imagine, people eating raw food is not as good as just getting some rations. And this is another thing, we can build streets and stuff like that. So that's not really important right now. So, in fact, how do we do that? Oh, build street right there. I see. Well, cool. But it also seems like streets are automatically made. I could be wrong though, but that's what it looks like here. I think. I'm pretty sure. But either way, streets fit really well in between buildings, so it doesn't really matter that much. So. Alright, we don't have, it's free time, it's pretty late at night, so we really don't have too much to do. So let's go ahead and speed up the game. On to day 2. Coal is not looking the best. We should probably look at getting some more coal. I don't really want to send engineers out because they're a little more important. Let's get to work. We can't let up now. Okay. I've got to hold on. People are... what? Not sure. Alright, when is it going to be work time? 8 o'clock, I'm guessing? Yes, 8 o'clock. Very good. Okay, so they are getting to work, and as you can see, the snow has fallen once more, so they have to redig a little bit. Not too much, so their speed isn't too inhibited too much. But the amount of snow that they experience here is ludicrous. Absolutely crazy. I could not imagine dealing with this much snow in a timely manner. Now, something that we are going to have to deal with, as we can see here, is that we have one sick. Now, the problem is that I did make a promise that I was going to provide shelter. So let's go ahead and provide some more shelter really quick. Now, once this is built, we're going to basically finish this quest. And then after that, we're going to focus a lot on food and health, because that is essentially what we need. And the other thing is that we should... oh, right, we can't actually start researching anything because we don't have the workshop. But it needs 15 wood and 5 steel, sorry, which we do have. And I'm going to go ahead and build it. I don't really want to build it in the first row. So I think I'm going to go ahead and build it right around here. Now you can see that we can't build it here because there's no adjacent road. So I guess that is where roads are going to be important. So let's go ahead and build some roads. And I'm just going to go ahead and build it all the way around. Let's go here. I didn't really mean to build it like that. I wonder if we can delete that. I guess it's not too big of an issue. Okay, and apparently roads do cost wood. So I'm going to go ahead and slow down on that. I did not realize they costed wood. Oh, and they actually created a new path as well this time to the steel wreckage. But they're using both paths, so that's pretty interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and get this workshop finally. Okay, so I'm going to build it in the next row. Alright, food. The generator hums with reassuring warmth, but we shouldn't take it for granted. If the generator goes down, the city dies. Be mindful of coal reserves. Now, food. There'll be no city if we starve to death. Secure a way to provide raw food and build a cookhouse to prepare meals. Alright, so we definitely need... Okay, shelter promise fulfilled, hope rises. Okay, really good. So also, I guess I should have stated all... I mean, like I said, I'm relearning this game as we go. But, you know, I'm kind of remembering quite a bit. It's been a long time since I played this game. But hope. So temporary modifiers last 24 hours, apparently. So one promise fulfilled and one main objective fulfilled. So hope rises for that reason, and discontent falls. Discontent, I think this might be a losing condition. So if discontent goes all the way up, then you essentially lose the game, at least during the scenarios. I could be wrong about that, just because I don't remember. But we'll go with that for right now. Now, what do we need for health? 25 wood. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and continue the game then, because we do need more wood. Now, and the other thing is that this area, the workshop, is going to be in an area that's slightly cold, but the workshop itself is going to provide enough temperature to be comfortable. So the building has enough insulation to take care of it. Okay, this is the technology tree now. So exploration and industry, resources, food, health, and shelter. So you can see there is a ton of research to be had. Now, I don't remember how exactly we get to the next. Allows us to research Tier 1 technologies. Well, I think we're going to need that. Well, I guess... Oh, I see. We haven't actually researched the first bit of this. So I think that Steam hubs might be an important thing for us. Simply for the fact that it's going to allow us to create new areas of heat. But at the same time, exploration could be important. Same with resources. Yeah, it's hard to say. I think resources is probably not as important right now, and also food, health, and shelter not as important right now. So I think we'll just go for heating, and we'll just go ahead for this one. So we'll employ the engineers to this, and we'll put the 5 that we have toward it. All right. Closed at this time of day. All right. Well, that's okay. Now, health. We can make a medical post, which I think food is more important right now. So let's go ahead and make a cookhouse. Now, this is kind of where the game falls in a position where it is important. Because as you can see, we could save our space if we went to the next line, or it would fill all of this position. So I think we're going to go ahead and go for the next line. And then we'll also just build more. Yeah, well, we could potentially build the medical post in this area. We'll see how much space that takes up. Something that's interesting as well is that they do build even in free time. I didn't think that was going to be a thing, but I guess it is. Alright, so let's see here. Food additives or soup? So food additives basically does a sawdust meal. So that's kind of interesting. Soup. Hope will fall slightly. Discontent will rise slightly. Eating soup will cause discontent. So there's really no wins in this one. So I think I'm not even going to really do that one. Fighting arena. That's an interesting one. Emergency shift. You can force workers in any facility to work for the next 24 hours. Using the emergency shift will raise discontent. Discontent will rise slightly. Okay, so a lot of these don't really have much positivity to them. Child shelters, I think, is probably the best as far as hope and discontent goes. But child labor is a questionable one. It doesn't mean that we won't sign that one. It's just, a very questionable one. So, secure food, secure raw food supply, build hunter's hut or hothouse. I think, aren't we going for a hothouse next? Or, I guess, cookhouse? Well, we did already build, maybe, okay. So we might want to build a hunter's hut next. Yeah, maybe. Alright, let's go ahead and continue playing as well. Oh, and I keep clicking the road to, to close out of the build a menu, which is not what I want. Alright, let's go ahead and speed up the game. Okay, so it's morning now. We survived another night. That has to count for something. We can keep going like this for a while, I'd say. Critical shortage. The number of sick is rising and we don't have enough materials to build a medical post. Perhaps a short burst of effort could help us gather the necessary resources. We don't really need to right now, especially considering it's about to be work time. We're going to be building a medical post like right away. That's my plan at least. So I think we should be okay. We should be. How much does it cost for a medical post? 25 wood. Okay. We have 10 engineers. Steel wreckage depleted. Okay. Alright. So we're going to have to get some workers working on a new steel wreckage. But we're also not actually... Well, we've been using steel a little bit. So I guess I shouldn't say that we haven't been using it. Wood crates depleted. So a lot of our resources are being depleted. So let's go ahead and do this one. The steel wreckage feels kind of far away, but we'll go ahead and send people there. We really need wood, so. The coal pile has a little bit left. Not too much. That one has a lot, though. Oh, I see. We need to get some people working on the cookhouse. So, family torn apart. So, a woman came forward after we built the workshop. She said that her husband and daughter didn't reach the city with the main group, but she's sure they're still out there. She wants to join the first scout team we'll send out. She urges you to hurry. We'll do what we can. Okay. So, it might be a good idea to start doing some searches. But I'm also going to get some workers working on the cookhouse to make sure that we are creating some meals. So, we are finally getting some meals. As you can see, we have 4 hungry, 0 starving though, so it's not the worst thing. But our food rations only will last less than a day, which is kind of concerning. Alright, let's go for a medical post, and this looks like it might... We should be able to fit 2. Either that or a tent next to it. So we'll go ahead and do this. And that's also something that is kind of cool about this game, is it does kind of show everybody's conditions. At least, I guess, well, only the people that are not working, I guess. Interesting. Okay. I really don't need tutorials. I'm pretty good at figuring stuff out on my own. Okay. Alright, so we've got 7 hungry now. Luckily, we have quite a few food rations now, though. And it seems like more like raw food converts better to food rations, as you can see. But that's interesting. It's not really how I was expecting it to work. Okay, so we have the medical post working now. And we have 15 hungry. And yet we have a lot of food rations. So that's interesting. Okay, secure raw food supply. So let's go ahead and build a hunter's hut if we can. And it does look like we are able to. So let's go ahead and build it right here. And we have quite a few employees, unemployed, or workers, they're called in this game. Alright. So, I think... How is our research doing? Didn't I research this? I thought I did. I guess not, though. I guess we'll go ahead for Beacon. So it allows us to send scouts to search the wilderness for goods and survivors and bring them to our city. Lookouts will also spot incoming groups of people. So I guess we'll go ahead and start that. Oh, yes. Okay, now it's actually working. I could have sworn that we started the other research, though. Alright, I think that's going to be where I ended off here, though. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. If you guys did like this episode, then please hit that like button. It helps me out. And also, let me know in the comments down below. So let me know if you guys have any feedback, questions, concerns, anything of the sorts of any of the sorts. Leave them in the comments down below. And as always, if you guys are brand new to the channel and you guys like what you saw, then please do go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next episode.